over my dead body, you're gonna go with someone else. Not me, ma'am.
Just solving problems on the job. You know how it goes. So
I had to kind of threaten some lives. Don't touch my cookies. So for our craft for this party, we're gonna do little party hats. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry at her pictures. Oh my gosh, Waylon.
She made this beautiful backdrop that was like so on theme and had all of her monthly photos in little antique frames, and it was kind of right as you walked in, and it was so cute. Like, that made me cry when I walked in.
Hi, I'm Callie.
And I'm Dan.
And we're Northern Urbanity Events. Follow along as we help create memorable celebrations.
And through our work, we hope to inspire others to bring their vision to life at home.
Welcome back. Episode 7, we missed you. A few things have changed since we last saw you. Well, for one, welcome Stevie Jean. She's 4 months old now. She was born right after Christmas. She was born in January, so our last event that you saw was the Minnesota Wild holiday party. I was like 100 months pregnant, or at least I felt like I was, and now she's here. And within minutes, she was planning her first event with us. So we did 2 really large events right after Stevie was born, starting with Waylon's first birthday party. That party took place at the Hutton House in Plymouth, and it was the most stunning venue. It was our first time doing a large event there, and it was so much fun. I can't believe Waylon is already 1. I knew her before she was born. I was planning events for Amanda while she was pregnant with Waylon, and just like talking about her, like what she would be like, and now she's here and she's already 1. It's crazy. She is the sweetest, daintiest little princess. She is so loved, and this party is so perfect for her. For this event, we decided to do Mother Goose. It wasn't like a silly goose party. It was like just kind of like whimsical goose. We wanted florals everywhere to kind of feel like a prairie vibe. We had sweet little goose, or geese, I guess. Little geeses everywhere, and there's bows incorporated on everything. It was just so girly and like vintage-like.
So I wasn't part of the build, so I'm just kind of the fixer right now. But basically, the trim is coming off of the side, so I've got to hot glue it. Okay. Just solving problems on the job. You know how it goes. So hopefully it sticks. We'll see. But hoping for the best. Looks good so far.
Another thing that was new this year was this large 3D custom backdrop. We had wallpaper installed on the back portion, and then we also had acrylic that said Waylon on the front. This was also Stevie's first event. She got to tag along the whole time. She, I think, was maybe 2 or 3 weeks old at this party, and which also means I was 2 or 3 weeks old 2 or 3 weeks postpartum at this party as well. And I felt like I was in like fight or flight that whole month. It was quick. Here's Stevie, time to work. We got to build this perfect party for Waylon. And I felt like we did a really great job for, I guess, like the mental state that you are with a 2-week-old baby. It was insane. Luckily, I have an incredible team. We have a staff of about 10 now, and I can really trust them. They've been with the team for almost a year at this point, and they are experts. So I'm really glad that I can lean on them, because a year ago I didn't have that, and it was Dan and I and some of our veteran staff members like Kim, Linda, and Cullen tagging along with me against their will. So now it's really great to have some people that care as much as I care and can really help make this party possible. The party favors were so sweet because they got to go in these cute little baskets. They had these custom bows on them, and these geese were like so nice. They were made of linen. and they were a great size, perfect for cuddling, tied into the theme so well. I worked with the designer to make sure that they were the right color and the right bows to match the theme. It was so great. I also loved the bounce house. So that was a brand new bounce house. That was the first time, I think they unboxed it on site maybe. And it was a custom order. We wanted that mint sage green color to tie into the party. And so Dwayne Events was kind enough to rush order that bounce house for us and bring that to the event. So we were very grateful to have a brand new bounce house showcase at Waylon's birthday party. So as you can see, this bow was ridiculous. It was so large. We had never done a bow that large before. It, I think, was the hardest thing that we had done at that party because you can't install it until the bounce house is up. And we were finding that like the bunny ears of the bow were just too large. It wasn't standing up. I think I had like 5 team members at one point for like an hour trying to get this bow up. And so we I guess did some quick pivoting and we removed some of the bunny ear portion of that bow, and after we made the bow loops just smaller, it was easy. So if you ever make a bunny or a balloon bow yourself, don't go too big because you'll find yourself in a pickle. So at this party, we always do kids' tables for Amanda's events. The kids love to sit down and have a meal together, and they also love to sit down and do a craft together. My favorite part of the kids' dining table was the like dark pink dusty rose linen that was layered with like this lacy floral overcover. And I think that just really tied in the theme. Jenna Rush Events did a great job on the tablescape again. As always, Pansy Floral did all the florals. And if you look at those, just everywhere that we could put flowers, we did. It was so beautiful. The kids' craft this year was so fun. It was something we hadn't done yet. It was a build your own party hat station. And we wanted it to be like Waylon, dainty and just cute and simple and small. And so the kids were able to choose their party hat and then add like a goose embellishment or a floral embellishment. It was so fun. The kids got to wear those throughout the party and hopefully take home as a keepsake. Okay, so for our craft for this party, we're gonna do little party hats. I ordered the hats and the balls off of Etsy, and then we added this cute little lace trim to the bottom. And what the kids will do is they'll come in here and they'll grab their little decoration items and they can glue it or sticker it onto the front of the hat. They can have this little goose and like little flowers. It'll be so fun. Some of these are like super easy stickers for the kids. And then they can all wear their party hats throughout the party. So we got a couple different geese, the pink goose. It'll be so cute. This is our first time doing party hats. We've done like the slime a bunch of times and the stuffed animals. And it's like, how do I like try and like create a different craft for each party? And so since this client, I've done like 6 of their kids' birthday parties. Every time I need to think of a new craft. So this is our first time doing the party hats. I also got these bows custom made to go on the back of everyone's chair to kind of like tie in the theme of all the bows. And so these are brand new for this party too. Perfect. Okay, so for party favors for this event, everyone gets to go home with a little goose. We've got ones with cute little neckties and pinker and sage. And we have these cute new little bows made by Lollipop Media, who made them. And everyone can pick their goose in their basket. We've got a little adopt a goose sign. And then I made this week, mostly last night. But this is Waylon's birthday wall. So this is all of the photos of Waylon each month that she's been alive. And Amanda is taking all these cute photos of her. And I have all these vintage frames that we collected at a bunch of different spots and rentals. Spray painted them different shades of gold on this custom wallpaper backdrop. And I wanted it to like, you know, be like the very classic like vintage look. And so we added this like detailed trim and scalloped edge on it too. So brand new backdrop, Love a custom wallpaper. All right, follow me over here. All right, we have our kids table. We've got the matching kids chairs that are really similar to the adult chairs. And Jenna did all of the place settings too. And again, we have cute new little Waylon's first birthday plaques that Lollipop Media made. And then Jenna Rush Events designed the tablescape. Our linens are from Apres as always. And then our florals that you see everywhere are from Pansy Floral. Just so cool. And we've got custom little bunny stir sticks too that you'll have to look at. And our little geese tablescape pinatas on the center. Okay, let's look at this. All right, so this is a brand new backdrop. I just had this 3D backdrop made. It also has custom wallpaper that Avis and Mary designed, and it has the little geese in here and the bunnies, and the pattern matches the linens, which matches the kids' cups, and everything's tied in with this cute little pattern. We've got pansy floral all over. Our rattan backdrops that are my favorite, just super earthy and light and match all of the chairs. And we've got these cute little geese cutouts in a few spots too that just kind of bring in like that childlike feature so it isn't like super adult. Otherwise I feel like this would look wedding, so we need to add in some little things. And our cute vintage high chair as well for the birthday girl to do her smash cake in front of. She's the sweetest, daintiest little baby Waylon, so she's gonna love this. It's so her. She's just such like a classic vintage, dainty girly, so she's gonna fit perfectly into this theme. All right, let's move to catering. As you can see, the desserts always kill it. We have sugar spoon cake pops. I sent her a message. I'm like, can we have geese cake pops? And she said something along the lines like, your ideas crack me up every time you reach out. But as always, she killed it. These geese were incredible. They even had the matching bow ties. She gets me. We love working with sugar spoons. We will always work with her. You can also see our cookies. Francis and Frosting. Kelsey always nails it as well. These cookies are so good. Luckily for me, my family was also invited to the party, so I got to enjoy her cookies. My favorite part of every event is sending Kelsey from Francis and Frosting a picture of me eating her cookies, and I always call it party contraband. It's like our little inside joke where like she knows that like her cookies are life. I'm at the point where I'm so addicted to her cookies, especially when after Stevie was born and I am starving. I'm a breastfeeding mom and I need food at all times. I ordered myself a dozen of Kelsey's cookies for myself and I hid them in my center console. They don't have any designs on them. They were just circles with her frosting, and they hid in my car, and it was winter and it was perfect, so I could have like a chilled cookie whenever I was in the car with myself. However, it was only like a day before Dan sniffed them out and found my secret cookies. And I think I even like sent Kelsey like a text like, don't you dare tell anybody I have these secret cookies. And she's like, your secret's safe with me. But my family sniffed them out within minutes, and I had to like, kind of threaten some lives. Don't touch my cookies. For food, we had Crave Catering, which is based here in Minnesota, and they are really great to work with. This was our first time working with them at one of Amanda's events. They did a really great job of incorporating really fun kids food and also adult food. And it was so funny because the buffet in the order went kids food first and then adult food towards the end. And we found that the parents were gravitating towards the kids' food too. Everyone wanted the mac and cheese and tater tots and chicken tenders. And luckily Crave Catering started like realizing that quick and kind of pivoted and made sure that they were portioning correctly. So it was great that they were there and like keeping an eye on everything. So when doing an event where it's kids and adults, the adults are going to want the kid food too. Don't go too fancy because they're going to want the mac and cheese and the tater tots as well, which I get. I want that.
All right, show us what you have. Okay. Awesome. Well, it's not due yet. Like, we gotta, put it together. Oh, I'll show you this. Look at that little hat. This is so cute. There's your party hat. Love it. And then. Oh my god, the stir sticks. Stir sticks.
As you're looking around the party, you can also see all this amazing custom signage. We have foam core geese with little bows that match the party. We also have really cute acrylic bows that are on the party favor wall. There's signage everywhere. The welcome sign was something also done by Avis and Mary, and she does an incredible job. I can't imagine going to an event without her, and lucky for us, you got to meet her this event. We also had CeeLo at this party, and they bring the super awesome soft play. So there was a new merry-go-round there that the kids loved, and the kids were climbing all over the soft play areas. I highly recommend having a soft play area for your younger kids' birthday parties. I would say like the youngest kids love doing the soft play, and as they get older it kind of progresses into the ball pit, super fun for young kids, and then you add the slide for like the more brave children. And then I would say the bounce house is like where you can really just let loose. Like that is so fun. You'll see in some upcoming parties, kids were literally bouncing off the walls, and it was like sumo wrestling almost. So I would say start with the soft play as they're young and then work your way up to the bounce house. We also had Bloom Darling at this event, and they were so sweet. They are identical twin sisters. At first I thought I was seeing double, and I'm like, when did you change your outfit? And then I realized there was two of them. They were so sweet, and they brought like the most beautiful bloom bar setup, and this was meant for everyone to kind of take home a bouquet and remember the event by. And it was so sweet because the kids started going up to the bloom bar and making arrangements for their moms and their grandmas that were there. And towards the end, the kids like loved this station so much, and towards the very end of the party, all the kids loved making bouquets for themselves, but also started making them for their moms and their grandmas, and it was so cute to watch them go and pick out all the flowers themselves, get it wrapped by Bloom Darling, and then deliver it to their moms at the parties. It was like almost like a Mother's Day vibe. It was so cute watching all these kids like love on their parents that were there. Look at your little goose. Wait, look at your little goosey. Look at, what is that? What's this? What is that? Flowers. Oh my gosh. What is so pretty? Look at, there's a little goosey. Yeah. What do you think? This is so cute. What do you think, Waylon? Wow. Oh my gosh. This is so cute. Waylon. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm going to cry at her pictures. Oh my gosh, Waylon. Look at baby Way.
Waylon's nursery is kind of like baby geese, swans, baby bunnies. And so that was kind of set up for her before she was even born. And then throughout her first year, she kind of just naturally fell into the nickname Goose, Goosey. So I knew we had to do something kind of goose themed for her first birthday. But everywhere that I saw like any goose inspo, it was like one silly goose. And I'm like, no, she's not a silly goose. That's not the vibe. She's like dainty, she's quiet, she's calm, she's like curious and just kind of watches. So it kind of just morphed into like, how can we mesh that with like her personality, and just like turned into this really beautiful kind of like vintage, dainty little like Mother Goose theme. pictures of Waylon. That's when she was 1 month old, all the way to 1 year old. Can you believe it? Babe, are you kidding me? This is so cute. 11 months. Oh my gosh, it was a good meeting of the minds. I feel like, and there were certain things that I knew I wanted, and then I knew that I could just bring it up and let Callie take the reins. For all of my kids' first birthdays, we've always done, the little string of photos from their first year, some sort of display, and I always take their monthly photos. So I told Callie I wanted that displayed somehow for Waylon, and she made this beautiful backdrop that was so on theme and had all of her monthly photos in little antique frames, and it was kind of right as you walked in, and it was so cute. That made me cry when I walked in. Oh my gosh, such a fun way to display that. But I think we just knew, I knew I wanted kind of the main backdrop to feel really meadowy and fun there. So, and I think again, kind of just filling that space and making it feel a little more cozy. So Callie actually suggested a florist that we'd not worked with before who knocked it out of the park with the kind of meadowy backdrop for all the pictures and her cake and stuff. So that was fun. And what else? I think we were having a hard time kind of coming up with an activity, an art or craft sort of a thing. And with a lot of things that I was pinning or saving, it was a lot of cute little vintage looking party hats with a little goose or something on it, or little flowers. And it was hard to kind of find something that felt on theme for an activity, and also that such a wide age range could do, because we had some really little kids and we had some older kids. And obviously Waylon is one, very uninterested in any of that. She was just happy to be held and passed around the whole time and play with the soft play and stuff. But Callie came up with these little party hats that were paper, and they just had stick-on flowers, so super easy for the kids. But they turned out so on point with what I had pinned. They looked so vintagey and handmade, and they were really cute. My kids each still have theirs on display in their bedroom because they just turned out so cute, and it was fun for the pictures and for Waylon to wear too for her little birthday crown. This is amazing. I'm Amanda. Hi. This is Waylon. Can you say hi? Say thank you. Well, there's two sisters, I believe, who own the Bloom Bar, and I didn't even realize it until halfway through kind of conversing with them about booking the birthday party that one of them actually works at the Hutton House. So they were amazing to work with and so kind and sweet, and it was really fun. The kids loved it. My older daughter now is I want the Bloom Bar at my birthday party. So it was a surprisingly kid-friendly activity too, which was really sweet.
Nice to meet you. Thank you guys for being here.
Well, I have a 6-year-old who has been pink everything since the moment she was born. So Waylon doesn't really have an opinion yet. And we got to kind of switch gears, and we did a lot of greens, and we did some soft pinks, but a lot of green and white and just neutral florals. And it was so beautiful to really see how feminine and again, just vintagey, meadow, how we could make that come to life with those colors. But at the last minute, Callie went to a Prey to source linens for the little kids table. And she was showing me some green prints and florals, which we had done on the round tables, which were beautiful. But she was like, what if we kind of layer this mauve pink one with a see-through sort of lacy one? And it was the perfect hint of pink. It was so beautiful. And those are my favorite pictures, when she's sitting at the little kids table and we have the green bounce house in the background, and it was really beautiful. So that was a great last minute addition.
He's what is going on? What are you doing? You at the table? Wow, look at the bunnies. Wow, Waylon. Is this so fun? Oh my gosh.
She's just dainty. She's 15 months and still not quite walking because she's just mostly slow about things. She takes her time. Even just the way she was like nibbling at her little birthday cake. She's just a dainty little girl. And I spoke calmness over her so much when she was in my belly, and God delivered. Thank goodness, as the third born. It turned out so cute, and Callie knocked it out of the park. I think it was really a lot of like not looking so much to like social media or Pinterest or whatever you've seen for a goose theme, because anything we found there, we were like, no, that's not the vibe. That's not it. So it was kind of created all on its own, which was fun.
Yeah. Stevie also really liked this goose party. But yeah, I guess like my fear and my like internal like thought process, or I guess my intrusive thoughts, if you will, are that if I ever turn down an event, I don't know if like I'm gonna get that client back if they go with someone else. Not necessarily this party, for example, because I think I've done enough events for Amanda and her family that we've got like this really great bond. But like you never know that with other events, that with new clients, if I turn them down, am I missing out on like 20 events because I turned them down once when I was on maternity leave? So it's like this really weird headspace where it's like, what am I saying no to? Can I risk saying no to it? And I usually lean towards, I'm not saying no. Like, over my dead body, you're gonna go with someone else. Not me, ma'am. Heck no. So, but luckily, Dan is now on paternity leave. And so I get to kind of be a little bit more hands-free throughout the day. And Stevie can still come to work and hang out with me. But I guess to wrap up this event, it was so Waylon, it was so dainty, it was so her, and I hope she had the best day. She's the sweetest honey. Her hanging out of her little vintage high chair, eating her cake in front of her backdrop was the sweetest thing, and I'll remember that moment forever, and it makes everything worth it. The late nights, the blood, the sweat, the tears is all worth it when you get to see these little families enjoy their events.